started community service when I was 9 years old, and I've been doing this ever since then. This project right here is the main one that I've been working on for 3 years. It's about electronic waste. Basically what we did was, after we found out it was a problem because of all the heavy metals and toxic chemicals in it, we did something about it. Me and my team worked with recycling companies to recycle over 300,000 pounds of electronic waste. We refurbished over 300 computers to give to local students, and we worked with local and state legislatures to pass laws banning the dumping of e-waste, which did happen in 2006. And these pictures here they were the next step of our project. We brought it to other countries. We refurbished these computers and sent them to areas in other countries such as Sri Lanka, Mexico, and Kenya that needed information technology. So this is why I'm here now. And as you can see, I'm only one of them in the picture. There's a lot more than there are me. So even though that's kind of a problem sometimes, most of the time it's a good thing because I'm only in the background. This is their project, Project TGIF, Turn Grease into Fuel. What they do is they work with local restaurants and biodiesel refiners because this way they can do two things at once. They collect old grease and refine it into biodiesel, which is cleaner burning than normal petroleum-based fuels. And they also donate this to local heating shelters where people who need heating assistance can get it for free because it's a donation, and then they use it. So one of the reasons I did this was that I wanted to breathe new life into my team. As you know, I'm 15, I'm going to head off to college soon, so my team's going to die down once we all leave. So we kind of get a new crop of kids into it, and we started in 5th grade, and they're now in the 5th grade. One of the most important lessons I've ever learned while coaching this team is to let the kids have fun. Fun is an incredible motivator for all of these kids. For example, if they have fun at the meetings, they don't want to go home after because it's just work. What they want to do is they want to stay later for hours and hours just to hang out with their friends, and it's an incredible thing what they can do when they focus all this energy, and then you need to let them get rid of some of it because there has to be a balance between work and play so they don't get overtired and they don't just get completely distracted. But I think this video speaks better than anything else I can say to the kind of fun they have on the team. Why would I coach this team? Because these kids, as I remember when I started out, I didn't really have much experience with the entire process of starting a venture and talking to people, going out and doing stuff. At that age, I didn't know what worked and what didn't work, and that was part of what I was doing mentoring this team. For example, they need skills with speaking, how to talk to people. I mean, some of them were shy at the beginning, and for these projects, you need to be able to go out and talk to complete strangers like you've known them for years and tell them everything you can about your project. Also, like for the top left picture here, graphic design. I mean, as simple as these things seem, they're the basics. And to get the word out, you need flyers, pamphlets, news articles that you need to grab people's attention and tell them about your project, or else they won't get involved with you. Also, something important that we kind of take for granted is research. At the 5th grade level, most kids don't research that much, besides for some small school projects. And for these things, you need to be able to separate what's important from what's not. Okay. When I was that age, one of the coaches I had was a teammate's mom, Mrs. Brody. And she always told us to sell it, baby. Because that's essentially what you have to do in these projects. You are a salesman in this, and you need to learn the tricks of the trade, how to approach people, how to get their attention, hook them in, and just let them know everything about your project and convince them to help you out. Like here, they have to talk to restaurants, the town council, the public, and their peers to let everybody know about their project so they can make it a success. Outcomes. Whenever these kids do something, they want to see results, and so does everybody else. And what they've been able to do has been truly amazing. They've worked and signed up 42 restaurants to donate grease to their project. They've been able to recycle over 10,000 gallons of grease already, and this has only been going on since last September. Also, they've been able to donate 2,000 gallons of BioHeat to the local Warm Shelter and the Johnny Cake Center, which are home shelters that help with heating aid and other assistance to the needy. Finally, they're also working with the state, government, and other towns in our area to expand our project to other areas so that this kind of model can be applied to more people. Okay, so why I'm here. How to inspire others and coach. For example, it's an amazing experience to be able to do this, to work with all these kids because they have so much energy that can just be applied to these things. And it's just really amazing to see what happens when you give them a target, help them find their goals, and just let them go at it. Because that's really just incredible what they can do. Also, from what I said before, it helps bring new life to old organizations and just keeps the flow going so that when the kids stay young and energized, people will listen. Because I'm sure all of you know, when the youth talk, people will listen because they know when the youth take initiative, this is a real problem that we're dealing with for them to take action, and it's something that the adults should take a look into. And finally, as a mentor, you're a role model to all these kids, and that's kind of a really nice experience because you get to show them everything you've done and watch them do it for themselves and figure it out. And just watching them grow, from my experience from the beginning, some of them couldn't even really talk to people in their team, let alone others. And now at the end, this is a fair in Michigan where people from dozens of countries came to present their projects, and they were able to speak to anybody who approached them and tell them about their project. So watching these kids grow is just one of the great and many rewards from teaching them and mentoring them. And yeah, it's just a great experience. So if you have kids in your area that you know would be interested in something like this, or they're not, you should inspire them and get them involved. Thank you.